Hi everybody, welcome to Nashville North Studios. We're here today to look at Theresa Kennish's work in our show called Awakenings. And today's unfortunately the very end of the show, but we're going to show you what is here. Some of the paintings have sold. Here is a picture of Theresa. Isn't she lovely? And you can read all about her at a later time. But today I'm going to give you a little pan of the room to show you what we have all been enjoying. And it is rapturous color and line. It's freedom to love and enjoy life, which she does so beautifully. And if you could have been here for her opening, you would have heard all the praise that she received. It was just wonderful. At the bottom of this wall, we have some prints. So Theresa does have prints available. Not every artist does, and they're very reasonable. But so is her work on canvas. Her originals are very reasonable. So if you see something you like, please let us know at Nashville North Studios, and we will make that happen for you so you can have some joy and love on your wall. And I'm going to hand over the camera in a moment to her husband, Jamie, and she's going to come in and talk to you about her work. And come on in, Theresa. Hi.
Well, hello. Hello. Thank you for that wonderful, warm welcome. I could stand about 2 feet taller after that, Judy. Thank you.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome.
I would like to welcome all of you to my show. I am intensely happy to be here. This has been one of the most exciting things I've done in a long time, and I'm looking forward to talking to you for a moment about my inspirations. What I wanted to talk to you about is my idea and where my inspirations came for this show and why I paint. So to start off, this show came at a time in the preparation for the show where a lot of things are happening in the world. And a lot of people have been feeling a lot of different things, me included. And I found that my painting helped me to anchor into what I want to feel in the world right now, which is joy. I think the world needs more joy. I think during the last year and a half, 2 years, I needed more joy. So what I did when I thought about how to increase joy in my life is I went to my painting. Painting is something I've done probably since I was about 18 years old with many wonderful people from the area and beyond. But for this show, what I've been doing is working in 2 ways. I've been working with a more abstract approach, and I've also been working with somewhat of a representational approach with my flowers. Both of these were ideas that I found helped to increase the joy and the flow when I would paint. When I step up for my abstract paintings, I usually work on a flat table, and I don't have like a clear-cut process. I work a little bit more intuitively than that. And what I will do is just take a minute and kind of compose myself, breathe, and then look at all the colors. And maybe even approach it sometimes from a childlike perspective where I think about what really feels good to me in that moment. So if I'm feeling orange, I'm feeling yellow, I'll put them out. And I find that I work better in large gestures, very fluid movements. And if I have a table in front of me, I'll move around the table. I will rarely work straight up and down on my easel. I like to move around the table. I like to have a lot of movement. My tools, I like to use my palette knife. I like to use a squeegee from time to time. and I give myself permission to enjoy the moment, to be in the moment. And I have been working on putting my inner critic to the side. I don't know if other artists feel this way, but it is very easy when you're painting to every stroke, think about it and think about it. Is it right? Is it going to work? And I found that really curbed my creativity and made it a little different than what I was going for. So I have purposely kind of put the critic to the side, and I will pick and choose when I step back. Is this working for me? What do I feel when I look at my work? And I found that it works really well, and it's helped to really loosen me up. And so, having said that, when I work on these looser pieces, and whether they're large or small, it's that same kind of energy and looseness. It helps me when I want to do something more representational. I love flowers. I love nature. I love being in nature. I can't always be in nature. I have a full-time job, so painting has to come when I can have the time. And so I have developed a little section of my house with photographs, and I use those photographs to inspire me for my floral paintings. Very often I know right away when I have to take a picture of something. For instance, I was out in front of Nashville North Studios when I was preparing for the show, and Judy's flowers were all in bloom. What she has out there is like so magical and colorful, and it had just rained, like really rained, and there was all these glistening lights, and I said, Judy, excuse me, just a moment, I must take out my camera and photograph these flowers. And I've already started another painting of her flowers from out front. It like hits me right away. I have to get into the studio. I have to do it. So I get pretty jazzed, as you can probably tell, even thinking about it. That's what lights me up and gives me joy. So I do like to work large in many situations, especially when I get those kind of intuitive hits that this is going to be a really fun painting for me with the flowers. I think that it's important to have the time and space to express myself as a painter with freedom and joy, because I think it carries over into other parts of my life. And if I were going to hope that anything that I have shown or say would help anyone, I would hope that other people give themselves permission to just enjoy and be free with what makes them happy, especially during all these unusual times. As I start to wrap up my talk, I would like to thank Judy and Jim. This has been one of the best experiences I have ever had. I've learned so much about myself as an artist, and I feel quite honored to be here. I would also like to thank all the people that took the time to come to the show and to say such kind things and to send messages. And it just has been so motivating. It's quite a miracle to me, quite honestly, that something that I use to express my joy, hits a point for somebody else. It's really quite wonderful, and I'm very, very grateful. So on that note, I would like to say thank you. I'm going to step out so that my cameraman can give one final pan. Thank you for coming. And if you're in the area in the very near future, it's still up, but you're going to have to be quick. Thank you.
And before we leave you today, we want to remind you that next week we will be opening the next show. Arlene Grosh will be in here with her beautiful abstract paintings, and she's going to be part of our show entitled Inspired by Yayoi Kusama, our woman artist of 2021. So please remember to join us. Reservations only next week. And we want to thank Theresa for coming. Beautiful work, yes? See you soon, Nashville North Studios.